Mike Check and Shantae Arnett. You guys have officially tuned in to a POC POV. This is a discussion series where we're going to talk about the Black experience, my journey in it, and my perspective on it. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for coming and giving me a little bit of your time. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and all of the things that your favorite YouTubers tell you to do in their videos. If you're returning to my channel, hey girl, welcome back. And thank you for returning to give me a little more of your time. Let me take a second to debut my new cup because I got a comment about my cup and my bottle situation switching up. And Miss Cynthia, hey boo, love you. She went out and got a little mason jar like the one that was in my first couple videos with the metal straw. And then she noticed that I switched bottles and I got a new one. So I told her, don't go out and buy that bottle because I went out and got this one. So shout out to you. Okay. Like I said, this is a POC POV. And I'm getting ready to clock in. So y'all get ready to lock in. This episode is about to piss a few of y'all off. In the beginning, I'm getting ready to upset a couple of y'all in the beginning. Because what I'm getting ready to say is gonna sound crazy, but just hear me out, okay? Y'all read the title, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Stacey Dash was right, okay? And I know a lot of y'all are trying to figure out what the hell that means and what I mean by Stacey Dash was right, okay? Now, hear me out, okay? Y'all, hear me out, seriously. Stacey Dash was right about something. And I believe that we should get rid of Black History Month. I said it. We should get rid of Black History Month because we should not dedicate 1 month out of the year, especially the shortest month at that, 28 days, catch, 29 on every 4th year, okay? Still the shortest month of the year. We shouldn't dedicate 1 month out of the year to specifically celebrate Black history. Let me go back. Stacey Dash said in an interview that we should get rid of Black History Month. Mind you, I agree, not for the reasons that Stacey Dash's delusional whitewashed ass gave, mind you, but I do agree. She said in an interview, this was maybe a couple years ago, that she believes that we should get rid of Black History Month for whatever reasons that she gave. And, you know, I'm not even going to go into that because her reasons are irrelevant. I agree with the statement, but the messaging and the POV that she gave it through, I don't agree with. Here are my thoughts. Like I said, we shouldn't have 1 month out of the year, specifically the shortest month out of the year, dedicated to the history of Black people. I believe that Black history should be taught amongst all other history in schools. Do you get what I'm saying? I think that there's no reason for there to be a Black History Month, a Hispanic Heritage Month. I think that the premise of which America was established on was to become a melting pot for the people to live the quote-unquote American dream and to go and live your life free of condemnation and free of judgment and free of governmental intervention, right? So the fact that specific history is what is given to students in schools bothers me because it's limiting the it's limiting the children's ability to be well-rounded within their own country, yet we expect them to go out and become well-rounded within the world. But yet, how can you go out and explore the world if you don't know your own backyard? Do you get what I'm saying? Further on that, Black History Month in the media generally tends to only highlight the history that white America wants us to know. The Black history that we're generally taught is, and that's usually highlighted during Black History Month, is Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, things like that. And the further history is taken by, the people like BETs and, the people like that, and they teach you more so of Black contribution to society, right? My thoughts on this is I believe that they want us, and this is from a Caucasian hierarchy point of view, I think that they want us to specifically remember the people who were quote unquote dumb enough to fight for us and got killed doing so, or got arrested doing so, or who suffered negative consequences doing so. I want them to, do you get what I'm saying? Like, all of the people who are represented in our country during Black History Month are all people who were assassinated for fighting for our cause, all the people who were arrested and went to jail and did this and did that and this, that, and the third. And I just don't agree that that is all of what Black history is in this country. All of Black history is not slavery. All of Black history is not the Harlem Renaissance. All of Black history is not the Civil Rights Movement. I believe that Black people and POCs in general have made a much bigger contribution to this country than that, and that we deserve to be highlighted just as much as any other history that's taught in this country. There's so much history that we've contributed to America that is just as valid as any other contribution that's made, that's highlighted in a history book that's given in a school. We'll talk about that later, put a pin in that. That's why I highlighted Hispanic Heritage Month, and I say POCs in general, because it's not just Black people. POCs in general have made a bigger contribution to this country than that. And that's why I named this series a POC POV. Even though I say all the time that this show is about the Black experience, that's my specific POV as a POC, but I'm also Black and Panamanian. But I was raised as a Black man. Mama, we can talk about why you didn't raise me with any of my Panamanian culture and just raise me as a little Black boy in the suburbs, but that's another video. Like I said, Black history is not taught in schools, but it's absolutely necessary to know. You know what I'm saying? And as well as all POC history, but I want to specifically speak on Black history today because I'm going through the processes of learning about my Panamanian history and my Panamanian heritage. So there's going to be another video later on about my Panamanian side because I'm half Black and I'm half Panamanian. So I'm going to do another video about my Panamanian history further down the line, but I want to specifically speak on Black history today. So Black history needs to be taught in schools, and we need to know that we were more than slaves. We need to know more than our heroes that fought for the greater good, and that we're more than the strong people who fell into the countless line of senseless and reasonless murders that have happened to Black people in America that paints this country in blood. Do you know what I mean? Like I was saying, like, we have such a broader history than Rosa Parks sitting on a bus, Martin Luther King being shot in a hotel, Malcolm X being murdered. We have so much broader history than slavery and roots. And it's not highlighted and it's not talked about. And the reason why I'm so upset about it is because there are so many direct contributions to everything that America is that's just not talked about, that Black people need to be thanked for. Like I said, put a pin in it because I'm gonna give you some very specific examples later on in this video. But I have some personal feelings on why Black history isn't taught in schools. And I wanna kind of highlight those in some bullet points. And then I want to get into some other things. I feel that the powers that be, and excuse me, I'm reading my bullet points out loud because I write them out in very specific ways and I want to say them in a very specific way. So I write it down how I want it to come off in the video and then I go and expound on it. So if you see me looking away and looking back, I'm looking at my notes and then I'm coming back and expounding on what I wrote down. So the powers that be have a systematic structure that is geared to only show Black people to students as second-class citizens. What I mean by that is the history of this country has shown Black people as a third world society within a Caucasian's nation, right? We've always been looked at as a second tier to white people. And that history is further pushed and that narrative is further driven with the history that's taught in schools. It's the slavery narrative, it's the Jim Crow narrative, it's the segregation narrative, it's all of the Black people who fought for us were arrested and or murdered fighting for your cause. And I feel like the civil rights movement is highlighted in schools to give Black people a sense of hope that we can have better, but is poorly disguised as a bone from white people. Like, what I mean by that is, yeah, you're gonna fight for your change and we're going to budge a little bit because in the grand scheme of things, the rights that we're giving you are just equal rights that we should give any person. But because the times are changing and we sort of have to not think of Black people as 2/3 of a human anymore, we're gonna give you this extra third of a human's rights that you already deserve in this country by giving you the right to vote, by letting you go to the same schools and have proper public education. We're going to allow you to drink from the same water fountains and eat at the same restaurants as us. We're gonna allow you to walk through the front door of buildings. We're gonna allow you to perform on our stages because now greater society is realizing that it's not okay to look at the Black person as 2/3 of a human being. So whereas you believe that progress is happening, it's really just America giving you what's already yours. We know this. I'm sure it's been said in speeches. I'm sure it's been touched on. But I want to say it here because I want people in my age group and any age group watching this, really, I want people to watch this from middle school to old school. Do you know what I mean? Because I want to get opinions from the people who have lived through the things that I'm talking about are living through the things that we're going through today and are seeing the things that we're going through for the first time. All to take the words that I'm saying and do the research and look at the facts and go back and learn your history and figure out that we are more than what white people have portrayed us to be in this country, or that white people have given us to be in this country. That's what I mean when I say that we got a bone from white people. I believe that we're taught what we're taught in schools, the Black history that we are taught in schools. I believe that we're taught that to subconsciously keep Black morale in America down from the foundation of education. I think that there's a construct of systematic oppression that has been built in this country from its inception. That is known, it has been addressed. This is not anything new. There is a pyramid or a bracket system of a hierarchy in this country. And it starts with white people are here and everybody else is here, and the bracket starts from here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I believe that the educational system was also intentionally structured to only show the things that I talked about, our heroes being murdered and arrested and hosed and all of these other things, slaves beaten, lynched, all of these other things segregated, to keep a narrative and a message in the minds of Black people that we are always going to have to be a subsidiary or a submissive race. There's always like to instill that undertone that Black people are less than from the foundation of the educational system. I'm gonna tie all this together in the end, but I have a few more points that I wanna make, because the article that I wanna read at the end of this ties all of this together, and the points that I keep making about there's so much more that needs to be taught in schools and why we need to obliterate Black History Month and obliterate Hispanic Heritage Month and restructure the educational system and the curriculums to teach our histories in schools on a day-to-day basis, instead of us having to learn about our history for the first time in African American studies in college. Or not even learn for the first time, but take that deeper dive for the first time in African American studies in college. I feel like to put in a Black student's head that you may get movement, but the progress will always be at our hands. That's what I was saying earlier when I was talking about that disguised bone from white people. Saying that in order for you to get change in this country, you have to go through our channels. You have to go through our hierarchy, our structure, our construct. You have to go through our government, and we have to say that it's okay for this change to happen. Yeah, you got the change. Y'all got the rights. Y'all can vote. Y'all can live where y'all want to. Y'all can marry who you want to. Da 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 da. But we said it was okay, and I feel like that is a subconscious and subliminal message that is being driven into the minds of children through our educational systems with the limited amount of history that we're being taught. It's like, yeah, you can fight, you may even cause change, but look at your examples. Look at your examples. You can fight, you can cause change, you may even win your cases, but it will always come with extreme sacrifice for simple equality. Any change towards the proper equality that was due you from the inception of this country is always going to come with extreme sacrifice for simple equality. Which leads me to a point on black voters. Hold on a second. Black voters. I'm getting ready to go on a quick tangent. Black voters, get your ass to the polls, okay? The way that we showed up in droves for Barack, the way that we showed up for Barack in 2008 and then again in 2012, that is how you need to show up to every single poll that you are in proximity to vote in. Every single year. Elections are every single year. I'm talking about local government. You have to realize the black voice is the loudest and one of, if not the most impactful voice in America. Do you understand? Look at, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. I got too intense. It got real. I almost knocked something over in here. I'm sorry, y'all. Ah! Sorry. Ooh, Lord, my tablet hollering at me. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That means I need to cut this tangent short. Excuse me. But as I was saying, black voters, get your ass to the polls. I'm talking about local government. I'm talking about your judges. I'm talking about your superintendents. I'm talking about your sheriff. I'm talking about all of your local representatives, state, Senate, House, all of it. Because all of those little positions, aldermen, congressmen, all of it. All of those little positions that we elect, all of those lead up to the big positions that speak for us in the White House. So we can't just go out and vote for the president and think that our job is done. We can't just go out and vote for the president, vice president, and the superior court judge, whatever the top three things are on the docket. I can't remember what they are specifically in order, but we can't just go and vote for the president and the vice president and think that we're done. We have to go to every single election, every local election, everything that we can vote on and make our voices heard across the board. So that way we can go in and change the structure of our country truly from the inside. Just like Jay-Z is changing the NFL from the inside. Y'all stop trying to read him because he got in with these folks and he's doing it. He's getting us the representation that we deserve to have, while y'all know he could be just getting in this situation. He could, you know what? This is another tangent. Black people, get y'all ass to the polls, and that means local government too, and not the White House. But I'm gonna go on a quick tangent about Jay-Z and the NFL. Y'all need to stop reading him, because you know what? This could all be a plan. Jay-Z could probably he's probably doing this deal with the NFL to get in, learn all the structure from the inside, learn how everything works, make some changes for black people while he's there, to make a statement about how powerful the black voice is to this Caucasian built structure that is built on the backs of black talent. But he may be learning all of this specifically to learn all of this and then go out and create his own league. Has anyone ever thought about that? Has anyone thought that maybe Jay-Z he's done this deal as a notion to get in, learn everything that he needs to learn, make some changes from the inside, and then go out and do it on his own? Similar to Ice Cube doing the Big Three, right? Just a thought. And if it happens, I don't know how a back end 10% cut works. Jay-Z, if I just gave you this idea, that 10% that you owe me for the idea, just sign me to Rock Nation. We can talk about it. I rap. Y'all can look at my videos of my tape mixes. I'm working on some music. I got some features coming out. Jay-Z, instead of that 10% that I'm gonna give you, that you owe me for starting this league, just sign me to Rock Nation. Oh, and Diddy, back to black voters. Get y'all ass to the polls. Diddy, call me for your next Vote or Die campaign. Since you making the band back, bring back Vote or Die too, and call me for that. I'll put on a nasty Vote or Die mug and a nasty old wig for this, okay? I gets up in the drags for the cause. Well, this is for the cause, but I want y'all to get to know me in this situation. I want y'all to get to know Sean Ellis Rogers Galloway under the Shantae Arnett. But we'll come back to that. Anyway, call me for Vote or Die, and Jay-Z, that 10% that you owe me for this idea for starting this league, once you get in and turn the NFL all inside the fuck out, just sign me to Rock Nation and we can work all the numbers out then, okay? Another point that I want to get to before I close this video with an article that is going to tie together all of the points that I've been making about why Black History Month needs to go away and why it needs to be, instead of Black History Month, Black History every day, is that I feel like it's also like I equate the way that Black history is being taught in schools to Black children, that the representatives you have were all had to die for the change that you were duly owed from the inception of this country. I equate that to, I said in the beginning of this video, I'm gonna piss a couple Black people off. Don't get mad at me, okay? Just do your research. Stacey Dash was right. We don't need no Black History Month. Now, her reasons was fucked up, but what I'm also about to say is gonna piss a couple Black folks off. Don't get mad at me. I equate the way that Black history is being taught in schools to the way that Christianity was given to slaves to keep them in line by giving them a God to pray to that fit within white supremacy. I want to expand on that in this video, but that's an entirely different video all by itself. And I'm going to expand on that in another video because there's so much more that goes into that, and we're getting close to the 30-minute mark, and I want to get to this article, and I don't want to hold y'all all day because I appreciate every minute that y'all give me of y'all time. So, with that being said, I want to close by reinforcing all of my points by giving you 30 inventions used daily by every single American, not just African American, not just Hispanic American, not just Asian American, not just Irish American, not just Native American, every American. I want to close by giving you 30 inventions used on a daily basis that you have Black people to thank for, okay? I want y'all, let me open this article. Hold on. I got a child lock on here because my 5-year-old be all in my business. She'll want to look at her own tablet. She want to be all up in my business. But I want to give y'all 30 inventions that you have a Black person to thank for, because we use these inventions on a daily basis. And these are things, just little things that I feel like we should be teaching in schools. Do you know what I mean? In the ways that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, in the ways that, I don't know, that's the most prevalent invention that I can think of in the moment that's always taught in schools. But in ways that we're taught about how white people invented this and white people invented that, these are 30 inventions that you use on a daily basis that you need to thank black folks for. The automatic gear shift. Okay. Richard Spikes. Thank Richard Spikes for the automatic gear shift. So, had it not been for Richard Spikes, a black man, we would all be forced to be driving sticks around here, okay? In 1932, Richard Spikes invented the automatic gear shift. America's first clock, which also validates Flavor Flav's entire shtick with the clock thing. This may be an homage to Benjamin Banneker. He was a farmer, mathematician, astronomer, land surveyor, and the subject of a Stevie Wonder song. I have to find out which Stevie Wonder song that is. I'll put that in the description box on the low. Benjamin Banneker for America's first clock. Flavor Flav, if you put out a new song off of this growing up hip hop New York thing, mention Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker. Excuse me. Automatic elevator doors. Alexander Miles. You have to thank for that. The blimp. John Pickering. You have to thank for that. The blood bank. You have to thank for Dr. Charles Drew for his invention of a method of separating and storing plasma, allowing it to be dehydrated and banked for later use. Dr. Drew, not Penske, Dr. Charles Drew, was the first black person awarded a doctorate at Columbia University. This is black history that needs to be taught in schools, not just in February. Let me keep going. The clothes dryer. So all of y'all that are listening to this or that are watching this on the big TV loud as hell while you washing your clothes, when you putting your clothes in the dryer, think about George T. Sampson. Because in 1892, he gave us the dryer, okay? The dustpan. While y'all sweeping these hoes about the dough for being in your business, when you put them in a dustpan, thank Lloyd P. Ray. Because he invented the dustpan. The electric lamp. I'll give Thomas Edison the light bulb. But we got to thank Lewis Latimer for giving us an electric lamp to put it in. He also invented the carbon filament inside of light bulbs. So I got to do some more research on Lewis Latimer and see if him and Thomas Edison was cool, or if this was around the same time. I also want to know if Jacob never mind, not Lattimore. Jacob Latimer. Not Jacob, Lewis. I'm sorry. I was about to say, I wonder if Jacob Lattimore is a descendant of this person, but I read it again and it's Lewis Latimer. Different spelling. The folding chair. When y'all sitting down to the Thanksgiving parade and down to the Christmas parade and down to the Founders Day and the Bicentennial Parade. Do they still do centennial parades? I was thinking about watching the Final Destination series, and in one of them, they was at a bicentennial. I think it was Final Destination 3. But when you pull out your folding chairs to sit at the cookout, thank John Purdy. John Purdy, okay? With patent partner James R. Sajwar, Purdy made taking a chair with you pretty easy. Get it? I didn't write that, they did. A gas heating furnace. Alice H. Walker. It's getting cold outside, so we wouldn't have gotten to electric heaters had we not gotten a gas heater. So we need to and some of us, out here are still using gas heaters. If you listen to this at your grandma's house right now, she may be warming your house right now with a gas heater. Thank Alice H. Parker. When the Parkers doing things we'll never do, come join us. When the Parkers. Yeah, go watch that. And also go watch the show that is a spinoff of Moesha. Mo to the E to the. The gas mask. Garrett Morgan invented the gas mask. Okay, so while some of y'all out here working with chemicals, the True Green Chemalon guy or the Orkin man that's working at your house isn't dying of chemical exposure because he's wearing a gas mask that was invented by Garrett Morgan. You're welcome. Golf tee. For all y'all country club members out here, golfing out here at tea time while your wives are at home listening to this, sweeping your floor with the dustpan that was invented by Lloyd P. Ray, you need to be thanking Dr. George Grant for your golf tee. Okay? They say he was an avid golfer, but not a great one. Hopefully, his patent improved his game and y'all's too. I'm reading their stuff and I'm riffing at the same time. Home security system. Okay, now, Nas has an even more vested connection in investing in Ring and getting that $30, $40 million check because Marie Van Brittan Brown that's sickening, invented the home security system. And television has been a part of home security ever since. Work. So while y'all out here watching security systems on y'all phones, y'all can thank Marie Van Brittan Brown. Marie Van Brittan Nina Bonina Brown for inventing the home security system so that she could have connected it to y'all's TVs, and so now that later on y'all can be connected it to y'all phones. Moving on. The ice cream scooper. When you go down to Cold Stone or Brewster's to get you a scoop after y'all done went down to the Red Lobster after he done fucked you real good, you can go and give a shout out on your Twitter account with your scoop to Alfred L. Crail or Crale. I don't know. Alfred L. Crail. Alfred L. Crail. Alfred, middle initial L, Crail. He invented the ice cream scooper in 1897. Okay? The ironing board. Back to housewives. You notice all these things are used on a daily basis. And I'm not, settling in on housewives. I'm just hoping to get on the daytime talk show one day so that housewives sitting at home ironing clothes on their ironing board that was invented by Sarah Boone can watch and listen to me on a daily basis. That's all. I love housewives. I love the Real Housewives. Before I clocked into work today to shoot this video, I just caught up on the Real Housewives of Atlanta last night. Did y'all catch that? Okay. We ain't gonna get off track. Sarah Boone invented the ironing board. Y'all are welcome. So while some of us still choose to iron our shirts on tables, but y'all ain't got to no more because Sarah Boone invented the ironing board. It doesn't say when, but if it gives a year when they did invent it, I will let you all know. The lawnmower. While y'all need to be out here hiring all the little neighborhood boys to mow y'all grass in the summertime so they can get them a coin during the summertime so they ain't got to be running up all their parents' pockets. Thank John Albert Burr for inventing the lawnmower, okay? Or when y'all getting out there and saving y'all money so that y'all can put y'all badass kids that need to be out there going out and getting a lawn care job during the summertime through college, y'all can thank John Albert Burr that you can be out there cutting your own damn grass, okay? The lawn sprinkler. For all the people who don't want to stand outside and water their grass for 40 hours because they don't want to look like Miss Parker I had to take a sip because low-key I was, about to get into a fantasy about being Miss Parker. But that's another story. Joseph A. Smith invented the lawn sprinklers that now you can set to water your grass for you. Now, mind you, he didn't invent the ones that you can put in your ground today, but he invented the lawn sprinkler, okay? The mailbox, where you go get your mail every damn day and open up your bills and bitch about how much money you got to fork over to people. You now have that place to stand at because of Philip Downing. Before this invention, people had to go to the post office just to mail their damn letters. I don't know if they had to go and pick up their mail from the post office as well. Maybe they just dropped off the mail at the door. I don't know. I'll do some research on that and catch me on Twitter to see what I find out. Thank Philip Downing for the mailbox, okay? The modern lock, the padlock. Maybe I should have looked at this article while I was shopping for a padlock with my husband the other day. My husband / my baby daddy done gone back out on tour. So as you can see, I'm back in my original environment that I shoot these videos in. Washington Martin is who we have to thank for the original modern lock. Sorry, I was reading the caption while I was saying that. Washington Martin. His patent was an improvement on the 4,000-year-old Chinese bolt. Okay, so why y'all out here reading black people and not teaching black students what they need to know? A black man took a Chinese patent or took a Chinese bolt and turned it into the locks that y'all try to... Never mind. The modern toilet. Some of y'all may be watching this while y'all sitting on the toilet right now. Y'all got something to sit y'all ass on right now because of Thomas Elkins. He influenced several major patents, but it's this one we appreciate most. Not to knock the multi-purpose table or refrigerators for dead bodies. That went from functional to really morbid real quick. So he invented the modern toilet, and he also invented the multi-purpose table and refrigerators for dead bodies. This is just another example of how well-rounded and creative black people can be. That speaks to the innate talents of black people that I talked about in my last episode. No, you know what? It was the episode before last. Anyway, the mop. While I clean up this damn video while I gave y'all this awkward pause. The mop. I will give a personal thank you to Thomas W. Stewart for giving me a mop to clean up this mess I made of that video just now. With that long awkward pause, because I'm not going to insert some crazy sound effect or a musical note to make that sound cute or look cuter in the video. Because I just record my videos and upload. Sorry. But he kept us off our hands and knees since 1893. He ain't kept all of us off our hands and knees. But he kept you from scrubbing floors while you down there. Thomas W. Stewart, thank you. The pacemaker. Okay. Otis Boykin. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. I said if I was to ever interject pop culture into these videos, it would be for a good reason. And what better reason to quote the Temptations than the inventor of the pacemaker, Otis Boykin. On top of this life-saving invention, he was born in Dallas, Texas. Double greatness. Okay, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce and Slim Thug and LaToya Luckett and all them. The portable pencil sharpener. We at number 24, by the way. John Lee Love. Oh, that's nasty. John Lee Love, a carpenter clever with names for his inventions, called this one the love sharpener. If I heard the love sharpener, I would not think that it was for a pen. Well, not for a pencil that you write with. Potato chip. Wait, why? Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. I'm gonna have to look into that one. Let me look into potato chips. Hold on, because I heard a whole nother story about that. You know what? Let me click. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna just come back on that because we all heard about the Italian dude who cut the potatoes too thin, and all they have to say about it is you have to love that his name is Crum. Now, mind you, most of these inventions I looked up before I got to this video, but I have a 5-year-old, so I didn't get this far down. Actually, I did. I skipped over this one, but wait, hold on, wait a minute. Reversible baby stroller. William Richardson. He's also the reason wheels move separately. We feel certain there are fewer crying babies in the world because of this man. The reversible baby stroller. Oh, okay. It's the one that you turn around and look at your baby in. Okay, cool. I got to go back and look up this George Crum one now because I'm going to look up that story in a second when I get through with this, and then I'm going to upload an update. Super Soaker was invented by Lonnie G. Johnson. Being a NASA engineer is impressive, but we love him for inventing the Super Soaker. Go off, Lonnie G. Johnson. Okay? Suspenders. Wait a minute. It doesn't... Wait, the name isn't here. I gotta go back and find the name. Maybe it's not uploading right. But Frederick Jones invented the thermostat and temperature control. Frederick Jones, his refrigerator equipment made it possible to transport blood and food during World War II. World War II. I almost said World War Tour. That's a tongue twister. The touch-tone telephone. Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson. And that's not the only way Dr. Jackson made our telecommunications lives easier. Along with being the first African-American woman to earn a PhD from MIT, she gave us the portable fax machine, the caller ID, call waiting, and the fiber optic cable. Okay? The traffic light. We at number 30. Garrett Morgan. 3 cheers for the red, green, and yellow. Mostly for the green. I ain't got nothing left in here, but 3 cheers for the green. Hey, Wiz. Okay, yes, Garrett Morgan invented the traffic light. So now y'all understand why there's more organized chaos at the intersection than just somebody standing there waving their hands, okay? Now, mind you, this article is from the CW33.com, in 30 inventions you need to thank a black person for. Now, we gonna get back on that George Crum and these potato chips. I'm gonna do a lookup after I wrap up this, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna clock in before I get back to work on my other job. And I'm gonna update you on them potato chips. But those are 29 certifiable reasons, or well, rather 28 because they missed out the name on one of them. But either way, I gave you more than enough good reasons to thank black people and more than enough good reasons why black history should be taught in schools, okay? Now, mind you, I don't agree with everything that Stacey Dash says and does, but I do agree with this. Black History Month does need to go away because we shouldn't be celebrating Black History only in the month of February and only in the shortest month of the damn year, okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Period. Just like there doesn't need to be a straight pride, there doesn't need to be a Black History Month. We need to be equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, There doesn't need to be a straight pride because it's straight pride every day. There doesn't need to be a Black History Month because Black History Month needs to be taught every day. Just like there doesn't need to be Queer Pride Month because queer history needs to be taught in schools. Same. Like, if our country is supposed to be a melting pot for all cultures, then all cultures' histories need to be taught in schools. There needs to be a way to balance the variety of contributions that the different races have made to this country. Because just like I found this article on the 30 inventions that were created by Black people, I found several more of things, but the reason why I didn't list them in multiple articles is because some of the articles had some of the same inventions. So I took the one that had the most in it. But I'm sure that I could find an article that is dedicated to the Asian contributions to this country that changed America, the Hispanic contributions to this country that have changed America, the LGBTQ contributions to this country that have changed America, and so on and so forth. There needs to be some sort of equilibrium within the histories that are being taught in this country, because just like this country is supposed to be a melting pot, the history that's taught within it needs to be a melting pot as well. And I think that we need to have more than the option to learn about our history. I think that it needs to be enforced. I think that we don't need to be forced to learn certain histories and given other options to learn our history as electives. Do you understand what I'm saying? So with all of that being said, we done pulled up on damn near an hour here. And this has been quite a long shift. And I hope I ain't pissed nobody off. I hope I ain't ran nobody away. And I hope I explained everything that may have been misconstrued by my caption or could have been taken the wrong way. Because, you know, I'm trying to do this YouTube thing now, and there is such a thing as clickbait, and I'm a writer and I'm a rapper. And so the more creative the title, the better for me. And yeah, Stacey Dash ass was right. Hell, there don't need to be no Black History Month because we need to be learning about Black History Month every damn day in schools. Now, I can't remember what the hell reason she gave, but I know they were sorry as hell and I didn't agree with them. So the reason she gave, I don't agree with, but what she gave as a but what she gave, I do agree with. Let me know what y'all think, because I got to refill my cup. I got other things to do. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop down in the comments. Hit me in the inbox at Shantae Arnett, SHAWNTAEARNETTE. FREE, that spells free. I just realized that lined up with that. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate y'all for giving me this hour of your time. I hope y'all learned a little something. I hope that y'all had a good time. I hope y'all enjoyed watching the video. Make sure you hit me up with any of your questions or suggestions. They're always welcomed and encouraged. I appreciate y'all. I keep saying it. I can't say it enough because I thank y'all so much for watching. If you're new, once again, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I hope I gave you a good enough reason. If you're returning to this channel, thank you so much for coming back, and I'll see you tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, watch my show that is a sister series to a POC POV in my queer view, which is the discussion series that dives into the queer experience and my journey within that community and my perspective on it. The reason why I call it a sister series is because I, as someone who is Black and queer, am here to tell you that the Black experience and the queer experience are not much different. The only difference is that when I walk out of the house, you'll be able to tell that I'm Black before you'll be able to tell that I'm queer. That's, to me, the biggest difference between racism and homophobia and the Black experience and the queer experience. So, in a negative sense as far as how we're treated by America. Now, the other side of that, the interpersonal experience is different, of course, but I'm speaking specifically to what it's like to be queer in America, what it's like to be Black in America. So make sure you watch both of those shows. I release a POC POV on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I release In My Queer View on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and I'm going to try to intersplice essays with essay somewhere in between that. I may start doing that on Sundays. I'm not sure. I really want questions and suggestions to do for that, because Essays with Essay is a show that I want to do just about random topics that don't necessarily have to do with being a Black person in America or with being a queer person in America. I just want to talk about random topics and just things that may be on my mind, on my heart, or on your minds or on your hearts. You know what I mean? So, like I said, hit me in the comments, hit me in the inboxes. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, share with a friend, share with another friend, share with your mama, share with your cousin, turn it on at the hair salon. I appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all later. I'm getting ready to, child, I'm getting ready to clock out and go on break and fill my cup up, and, well, what I'm getting ready to do ain't y'all damn business. Bye. Mic check, is Shantae Arnett. I'm back. I'm clocking back in for just a second because I want to do this George Crum update to make sure that I have it right, that a Black man invented the potato chip, okay? I always thought that it was an Irish person, but that might just be something that was made up for the movie The Luck of the Irish. Disney Plus, y'all got me. Well, Disney Channel, y'all got me. But Disney Plus, thank you for having the movie on y'all service, because I do love The Luck of the Irish. That was my movie, okay? That was one of my movies. That was one of my movies. That was one of several of my movies. But with that being said, I'm going to read a piece of this article because I chose the most recent. There were several to get to this, or to get to this one, but I wanted to give one that was updated recently. Okay. George Crum, born George Speck, was a renowned African-American chef who worked at Moon's Lake House in Saratoga Springs, New York during the mid-1800s. According to culinary legend, Crum invented the potato chip during his work at the restaurant. Fast facts. I'll do the fast facts just so I can go ahead and wrap this up, since my first shift was an hour, you know. I had to put in some hard work for y'all because I missed y'all, and I took a day off on Sunday, and I really missed y'all. So that's why I might be doing essays with essay on Sunday, because I done got into this YouTube thing now, and I really like doing it. So I want to talk to y'all every single day. So, fast facts, George Crum, known for inventing potato chips after slicing an order of French fries extra thin to spite a demanding customer. The story has since been debunked as a myth, but Crum achieved success when he opened Crum's, a popular Malta restaurant in New York. Okay. So he didn't invent the potato chip. It's been debunked as a myth as of 2019. So that means now I want to go back and let's see. Let me go in now. Disputing the legend. A number of notable accounts have disputed the story of Crum's culinary innovation. Recipes for frying thin potato slices had already been published in cookbooks as early as cookbooks by the early 1800s. Additionally, several reports on Crum himself, including a 1983 commissioned biography of the chef and his own obituary, curiously lacked any mention of potato chips whatsoever. Meanwhile, Crum's sister, Kate Wicks, claimed to be the real inventor of the potato chips. Wicks' obituary, published in the Saratogian in 1924, read, "A sister of George Crum, Mrs. Catherine Wicks, died at the age of 102. Come on, Black, don't crack. And was the cook at Moon's Lake House. She first invented and fried the famous Saratoga chips. This statement is supported by Wicks' own recollections of the tale, which were published in several periodicals during her lifetime. Wicks explained that she had sliced off a sliver of potato and inadvertently fell into a hot frying pan. She had let Crum taste it, and and his enthusiastic approval led to his decision to serve the chips. Ah. So actually, he didn't invent it, his damn sister invented it. Well, that's shady, George. Give your sister her damn credit. Give black women a damn credit. I'll do a whole nother video on specifically the black women that have changed America. Don't worry about that, because women, I fight for y'all too. Shit. Eliminate cultural ignorance. I'll do it for everybody. Now, mind you, while George Crum was not the actual inventor, he ran the restaurant that served the potato chips that his sister, a black woman, Kate Wicks, invented. So, tall tales and legendary myths aside, my point is still proven. I just wanted to make that clear before I logged off of here and my whole damn article was debunked and I had to make a separate video cussing the CW the fuck out for posting alternative and erroneous facts, okay? That was a Fox News reference and a damn Chicago reference. Catch. But I'm getting ready to clock back out. I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Get ready for In My Queer View tomorrow. Love y'all. Peace.